So, 3, 2, 1, go. Thanks to Max Walker and the Time Enforcement Commission, or TEC, the time travel system created by Professor Hans Kleindos didn't fall into Senator Aaron McComb's hands. A new security system called TimeScan has been developed to intercept immediately anyone who tries to change the course of history. The use of TimeScan allows Walker to leave his dangerous job of time enforcement. After a last routine mission, he got ready to leave tech offices when he noticed a new logo on the electronic devices of the company, HKE, Hans Kleindos Electronics Incorporated. So Professor Kleindos, the inventor of time travel, wasn't dead during the first experiment. Walker is suddenly teleported. He finds himself in a new building seized by armed guards who bring him in front of Kleindos. Kleindos hails Walker as the last human allowed to travel through time. Kleindos explains that he became the master of today's technology by being the only person able to conceive time scans and sense its activation, the only person able to travel through time with impunity. However, his status of Time Master bores him. He needs a worthy opponent to play against on the board of time. Kleindos gives to Walker a bracelet of temporal control and declares, "Let the duel begins." As soon as Walker puts the bracelet on his wrist, he's forced by the guards into a time pod. The engine starts immediately. Walker is sent out into the endless corridors of time for his most dangerous mission ever. Clearly, it can only be a good game.
Yeah.
And who stars in this game, by the way?
It's a lovely person known as Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm going to let that speak for itself.
What is that noise?
Let's get on it.
Get on it.
FBI, man. FBI.
Okay. Depending on how fast I go through that first stage, it affects the platforms in the second one, so we'll see what I got. I think I missed the good timing, though. So yeah, this game, as you can tell, is a master of technology for the time. I missed a good cycle. Anyways, we've got a lovely full motion rendering, amazing enemies with excellent combat abilities, but you'll get to see some of my own masterful martial arts later on. I show them off in a dance section. In the meantime, you just get to observe my awesome air kicks.
I've got the Team Liquid page.
Alright, yeah, go ahead and read it.
Time travel corrupts those who are weaker than Jean-Claude Van Damme. The original inventor of time travel, Dr. Hans Kleindos, has declared himself dictator of the universe. Kleindos challenges Van Damme's character to a duel across time, and he must fix all of Kleindos' changes to history. Van Damme's character employs masterful use of martial arts as he treks through 16 stages of exotic environments and dangerous enemies. Adapted from Wikipedia's Timecop video game article.
Dude, the first line says it all. Time travel corrupts those weaker than Jean-Claude Van Damme.
So this stage is actually one of the longest in the game. Okay. Not a lot actually happens, but if I fall down any one of these pits, I go down to the very bottom of the stage and get to climb all the way back up. Thankfully that's not going to happen. I'm a little better than that, I hope. But as you can see, this game is wonderful.
I love how all the enemies politely stop before they decide to aim and shoot.
Oh, they have to decide where to walk first.
It's such a trolley walk.
Wait until you get to see some of the later enemies in the game.
You're just gonna hate.
Better.
Yeah.
It's like a moonwalker kick.
The problem is, their everything is better than anything I can do. So it's better to just get around them. Okay. That was actually really good. I normally am not able to kill that turret. But yeah, this stage is almost over. It gets a little boring. Don't worry, there's plenty of excitement to come afterwards.
Thank you, Luke Gavarts, for the $10 donation. Awful Games done Wolf Team 2013. Now with 200% extra defa. Use
Oh,
this
no.
donation for whatever.
The hidden crotch punch. It's too powerful.
Challenge hasn't been met yet.
Alright. We have our first view of the time car in the next mission. It is a friend that will come to betray us, sadly.
Anonymous puts Vinyl Scratch as best pony and $13 towards Die Hard. 2 players, 1 controller.
So each stage is set up into 3 different, or a number of different parts. Some of them have only 1 part. This is the longest with 4 parts, but each one's a different environment and has its own quirks and things to it. I can try to come up with a story, but I'm pretty sure it's all a lie. You just got to take it for what it is.
Out of curiosity, have you ever actually seen the movie Timecop?
No. I'm sure it's completely accurate, though.
Yeah, probably.
Uh-oh. I missed a gun. They're not bullets. It's got to be gun. So, okay, it's the end of the level. Time car, we're away.
Thank you, Aaron Mercer, for your $5 donation. We need some Doom 64 from Base Peaches. Please make this happen. Also, Peaches for God. Thank you, Myung Kim, for the $5 donation. Seeing Wolf Team games has made me want to play Granada on my salvaged 68K again. Keep up the good work. Please put this toward naming Zidane Wolf Team.
Alright, part 2. Kleindos wants to use rare metals held in polymetallic nodules found deep in the ocean.
Good enough, bud.
Thanks to these new alloys, he will create revolutionary electronic components. Walker has to prevent him from controlling all future technology. He doesn't have the greatest ambitions in the world, but, you know,
He has the greatest face in
He
the world.
did.
he does
dream.
have the greatest minions, as you will find throughout this whole level. I'll do a little bit of explaining as to why I don't just get annihilated. And hopefully I won't actually die, but if there's going to be a level that I die on, it would be this one, and it also would be the worst level to die on. But yeah, we have exploding octopi patrolling everywhere. They're spawning throughout this entire stage, and this is the longest stage in the game. If you notice, I have some new threads. Unfortunately, it keeps my martial arts at bay, so I can only fire my gun.
Those octopi like psychically controlled.
They do whatever the heck they want.
Wow.
They're wild beasts.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't think there'd be 2 games this marathon with time travel in the sea with octopuses.
Yeah. So, the way that drops work in this game, they didn't really want to go into any sort of magic RNG or anything. So it's just every other enemy I kill drops something. Simple enough. What they drop is a little RNG dependent. There we go. I just got a big heart. That's a 1 in 8 chance. So roughly 1 in every 16 enemies drops something that's a full heal. So long as I can keep up a quota of getting hit once for every 2 enemies I kill, I'll stay at roughly the same health, and that's the only reason that I'm able to get through this stage at all.
Also, I meant octopi. I hope the chat doesn't
Oh
tear me
yes,
up for that.
the octopi. It's true.
That octopus is actually
That grammar's.
I said octopi.
Okay. Yeah, 1 more floor of this, and then we go to another auto-scroller. Yeah, ideally I'd go through this whole stage without running into lag, but there's too many octopi on the screen, and it happens. Jeez, they're persistent. Go away! I purposely try not to pick up the clocks, because it runs up the time. It just resets it to 3:29, and at the end of the stage, it actually takes a lot of time to count down the amount of time that I use. Crap. I'm gonna play it a little safe here. Okay.
I like the jumping.
Yeah.
Oh, the jump that's the exact same? Yeah. He doesn't need to do anything special. He's a moon man.
too smoothly. That's the best part.
Thank you,
Oh,
James.
yeah.
He's got a little stutter in his step. It's all right. We don't draw any opinions here.
It walks like Terminator.
Well, I would too if I were Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Thank you, James Lodge III, for your $5 donation. Jack in the Box 333 here, from one Wolf teamer to another, pitching in $5 for the Wolf team.
All right. So we do have our first boss coming up, and it might be shocking what it is. So I'll leave it up to your imagination. All right, here we go. It is, in fact, a giant octopus. It's not at all just a scaled-up sprite from previous. Not at all.
Like tentacles,
I like how they didn't even color swap it.
No.
Yeah.
Why would they? It's already perfect.
Oh,
So this
shit.
is the next time I get to be in a vehicle. And you notice this thing is
Not ever.
entirely a hitbox.
Oh, wow.
It's the dream TV show.
That was a good reference for Wexel.
Yeah.
Dream
So-
TV.
I lovingly call this stage Reverse Toho, courtesy of Murphigator. Came up with the name. And it's pretty true. You can't dodge anything, you can't shoot anything, and they can do whatever the heck they want with you.
literally consume 1/8 of the screen. Like, what is this?
But you know, I've still got guns, so it's all good. This stage ends at a very certain spot along the way, so if you watch the timer, it'll finish out at 2:12.
Zabu is calling this the HMS hitbox.
Yes.
Thank you, Anonymous, for the $10 donation. Thanks for another great marathon for a wonderful cause. Please put this towards Die Hard. At this rate, there should just be another marathon week with Die Hard done quick. Can't stop dying. And,
Alright, that's the
and I
last
don't,
bomb. And stage over.
and I don't know if Sonic 06 is the worst game or the best game for being incredibly entertaining for all the wrong reasons.
Okay. We have one more cutscene coming up, and then I need serious time on the next stage, so
Okay, gotcha.
just heads up. Streets of New York, 1929. Kleindos wants to buy major corporations' stock at low prices. Walker has to prevent him from controlling major corporations in the future. Okay.
Dude, I can't get enough of this guy's face.
Here we go.
This guy doesn't really have that good ambition. Like, seems like a lot more you could do with time.
Yeah.
Just please.
Don't look at the road.
Dang it. This is almost over though. So that'll cost me a couple seconds, but it's still, I got through basically all the hard parts. Okay.
Alright, good
Love
job.
the animation of getting the card.
Yeah. Ideally,
Sonic Gunner is so good.
yeah, ideally I'd just ride the car all the way to the end. I got knocked off there, but I was already through most of the stage, through all the hard parts anyway, so it's not so bad. But I get to do it again, a little differently this time.
So I have to credit Romscap for making me notice how good at parallax scrolling in this game.
So this is pretty much a repeat of the previous stage, except all the buildings are a lot more spread out, and all the gunmen are on the high point, which means I don't have to actually jump over them or really care. We also have time for dance time. These are all the moves that I don't use because they're awful.
That crouch animation. I totally duck like that.
You dance in the swanky music too.
I hope you're saving the best animation for last.
The wheel has exactly 2 frames to
Thank you, Sammy Sarakowski, for the $2 donation. I can't stop thinking the man in the black and red shirt behind the sofa looks like Karnov.
I've been told. I'm not sure if this was a compliment.
We have
So you know you're obligated to play Karnov for next album.
We do need a Karnov.
all
I
right.
actually have 2 copies of that.
Nice.
Boss
I
2
don't know
coming
how
up.
the other one magically appeared there. It's full of another.
So the robot of 1929.
It looks like Rob.
It might just be.
It's a prototype.
Alright, thank you,
All
Jared
right.
Spazik, for the $10 donation. While Jared here, while... Oh,
I'll cut you off. Dortmund Lake, Germany, 1944. Kleindos commands a Nazi regiment which uses modern weaponry.
yeah.
Walker has to prevent Kleindos from helping the Germans win the Second World War.
He's up his ambitions a lot.
Wow, seriously.
He's all over. He's master of time. He does what he wants.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
German.
Those mortars.
Is that how mortars work?
Yes.
Don't question
Do
it.
you question Timecop?
That's why Germany.
All right, wait a second.
German.
Oh, yeah.
There was a real weapon in nuclear rifle.
Yeah.
Its range was.
Did you just take down a tank with a gun?
Yeah, my old strat, I sat on top of it and shot at it.
Shot down a tank with a handgun.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, there's only one part to German, so it's okay. Devastated streets of Los Angeles, 2144. Kleindos controls the production of and distribution of Brain Blast, an electronic drug that is implanted in the brain to cause hallucinations. Walker has to destroy the Brain Blast factory before it destroys everybody. Drugs are bad, kids.
A drug that's a
While
shit
Jared here, while I
brain
certainly don't
blast in
condone the
brain.
playing of this game, at least Omni makes it quick and slightly less painful. Next year we need some Nier. Omni can put this towards whatever he wants.
Okay. This is also kind of a bad stage because I don't have a good plan for it. But usually I get lucky and it's okay. There's the animation that makes this game awesome. I can't do anything during that turnaround. He just has to completely flip himself over. These punks are like the greatest enemies ever, by the way. Whenever they punch or headbutt or do anything, I pretty much can't hit them, so I just have to take care of them as soon as possible or jump over them. I wish I had moves as good as they do.
Thank you, Robin Runson, for the $20 donation. Thanks for providing entertainment to someone struggling with depression. Would have liked to see in a Half-Life, Quake, Portal, or Unreal speedrun, but you can't have everything in life. Love, Cypher, Sig, and Cosmo. Wow, that's true. Yeah, there you go. You got something there, Robin.
So if you remember that lovely time car that we escaped on earlier, well, we kind of pissed it off somewhere along the way when we got in that giant ship underwater. So it's gonna come back with a vengeance.
Doing cheating on it.
Yeah. So another little technical thing, each enemy in this game has 4 health because they were lazy and 4 seems like a good number. This jump kick that I keep doing does exactly 4 damage. My kick on the ground does 2, my punch does 1. Sorry, time car. Okay.
We've already shut down the tank.
Yeah. So if I stopped and tried to fight anybody normally, first of all they'd hit me first, and Second, they would not die right away. So, Depot in Los Angeles, 2117. Walker discovers a production line of a new version of Brain Blast. This was earlier than the last one. That doesn't matter. A rocket holds container of Brain Blast which will affect anyone who breathes it. Walker has to prevent Kleindos from spreading it into the atmosphere. So, what better way to start off than with a conveyor belt stage? This stage sucks. I might die, and I might get trolled horribly. It starts... Oh, it's treating me nicely. Good, good. Yes! Outside the screen. Oh, it turned around.
What?
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Wait a second. Oh, no! It turned around again. Ideally, I'd be able to scroll all the way across the screen, and then these little platforms don't spawn. Oh, there we go. Do it, do it, do it. Oh, I'm... I wasn't watching my health. I'm sorry. Oh, well, we get to try it again. Yeah, this stage is kind of unforgiving. So if I'm working against it, I can only progress by jumping. And if I'm working with it, then I have to run into everything along the way. There we go. So there used to be a platform there. Ideally, I'd be able to fall through that platform too, but yeah, I'll take what I can get here. There we go. Oh.
Yeah, light reduction with bombs.
Yeah, so bombs, normally you'd think of, since they just introduce a whole bunch of explosions or whatever in other games, they cause more lag. No, they reduce lag in this game. So I'll try to use them whenever possible, particularly because I need to kill enemies that I can't otherwise get to, and some other silly things. I have a lot of Qs here, let's see how many I can get. Okay. One more. Alright. So that's basically all I need to get through the stage, is to make sure I get rid of all those. Oh, full health. That's lovely. Oh, stupid thing. So this is our first actual encounter with Kleindos himself. Yeah. Get in the corner.
Is he like reversing time?
I don't question it. He invented this stuff. Alright. We're on to the last stage. How am I doing on time?
22:30.
Okay, that's fine. Skyscraper in Los Angeles, 21... We went back to... Okay. Brain Blast doesn't exist anymore. There is no trace of vandalism or violence in the streets. This new 2144 is a period of peaceful technology. Walker has to prevent Kleindos from spreading discord, so there's not even a plot anymore.
I think it just got angry and wanted to... That we just wanted to...
I've got a little extra time, so some bonuses. I've got plenty of lives, so just a couple things. There's not too many stages that actually have pits in this game. This is one of the few, but anytime that you get up to a ledge, the game kind of forces you to walk away. But in the meantime, these pits are lovely, so I'm just gonna keep working on them. So I'm sure you've been seeing how powerful the kick is in the previous stages. Yeah. It might be so powerful that you can completely flip the world, and I'll show you that in just a second.
That is amazing.
Yeah. It's a fun glitch. Unfortunately, we don't have any way to use it yet. You can do it in any pit you want. So there's another one over here. Just kind of jump in and hey, at the top of the screen. Unfortunately, can't get back into the screen, but jumping is cool. So show it off nonetheless. Whee! Up, game over.
There's front and behind.
high tech.
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it here for a second.
I love how it goes behind him and in front of him. Just
Yep. Alright.
thank you, Elizabeth Wilson, for the $5 donation. Coolest way to raise money for a much-needed cause. Keep up the great work, folks. Thank you, Dawn Breakley, for the $30 donation. I can't believe I got up this early and I'm now watching Timecop. Oh well, awful games are the best. Put this towards Die Hard, 2 players, 1 controller.
Yeah. This is the last real stage. We have an entire stage devoted to the next boss, so you know it's something special. In the meantime, these conveyor belts are just kind of annoying.
Technology was peaceful.
Well, spinning girder beams are freaking peaceful when they're doing things. I'm low on health, so I'm gonna grab that.
He just shot someone who was like missing.
You know what? These guys, they don't exist in my future, so...
Thank you, Julio Medina, for the $10 run. Donation. Shout out to Timecop Run. Please show the turnaround animation and the laugh. Well, you got it. $10 for extra bosses in Dark Souls.
Alright, so this is the last boss. We'll take some serious time, because it's very serious coming up. As you can see, we've pulled out all the stops. We've got jetpacks now. Oh yeah, give me a hug. Come here.
Sky down.
Yeah. Okay, quiet. Serious time.